going to do tonight?
Oh, I don't much care.
That feels even better.
All right, guys. Today is the day where we actually get to do the season finale of season 1 of the Burnett show. I'm super excited for this because it's been a long journey with basically 28 episodes in, and now we're doing 29, 30, and 31. So I am really, really excited to be closing the first chapter of the Barnett show, and gonna be moving on to hopefully a future season 2, if you guys would like me to. But I do have to say that this series, I can definitely see the appeal, and even talking about this show outside of YouTube to friends and family members, um, has really opened my eyes because a lot of people know about the show, but they don't really talk about it openly. They mainly talk about stuff that is current. But if you mention the Carol Barnett show, they'll say, oh yeah, I remember the show and I remember it fondly, and I wish I had time to go back to it and that sort of thing. So people do actually remember Carol Barnett and what she pioneered here because according to some people that I've talked to outside of YouTube, have said, "Oh yeah, she's you know, a pioneer in the type of comedy that she does," and I believe that. But another pioneer that I believe was also Lucille Ball as well, but that's another topic for another video. Um, but I definitely feel like she's in that camp as well. In that camp as well, um, being a pioneer, especially for the basically having skits and stuff like that. So that's just kind of an interesting take when I've talked to people about the show outside of the YouTube speeder and stuff like that. Just kind of in general about what their thoughts are on the show as a whole. Um, but yeah, I can definitely see why it's definitely kind of a show that gets talked about, and I see why that is. So I'd be more than happy to do a season 2. Just need to let you guys just need to let me know if you would be interested in seeing a season 2. But I'm more than willing to uh, do a season 2 for you guys because I'm really enjoying the series so far. But without any further ado, guys, let's just get into episodes 29, 30, and 31.
Welcome to our show this evening. I'd like to tell you who we
I
have.
do kind of like that dress.
Lovely and talented Miss Shani Wallace and the very lovely and talented Mr. Tim Conway.
Tim Conway is back, and I believe she said the third person, but I didn't catch, or the first person, but I didn't catch it.
Oh, this was designed by our costume designer, Bob Mackey. It's the new, the maxi length, which I'm not crazy about at all, but I think the dress is pretty, but it's an icky length. Don't you think so?
I wouldn't know about that because goes down to your ankle, so that has to be a little bit inconvenient for when you're walking. Just to kind of be mindful of how long that dress is.
Because if you have thin legs, look how big the feet look. I'm not putting down the dress because I think it's a beautiful dress. I'm just talking about the length.
I do like the heel color though.
And if you have fat legs, they look, fat and straight, right?
That actually does look pretty good. The only thing that I don't like is the it's not a belt, but it's basically a bow on the side of the dress to basically maybe hold the dress in place or something like that. But I really don't like the
Sure. Listen, we do a striptease later on in the show.
Oh, you do. Do a striptease in this episode.
Say hello to you, Mr. Tim Conway.
But yeah, change the color of the thing around her waist. I'm not sure what it's called.
Do you have any questions you might like to ask Tim? Okay. You played Rango on television.
Yes, it's still on, incidentally.
You were a Texas Ranger.
Evidently.
Were there ever any other kind of series you might want to do?
No. Well, I'm still doing Rango, even though it isn't on the air. I still go every morning and show up. And nobody else there. It's kind of a bare studio, but I put on the little outfit and I do lines and everything. I go home. So I feel if that series goes off, I will be looking for another one.
How long are you going to wait before you get a toupee?
How long are you gonna wait before you get a toupee?
Such a cute little boy, isn't he? Where do you live?
We're gonna have words after the show.
No name, and we'll be seeing you a little later in the week. I don't think I'll ever have a transplant or a toupee because
I've heard though that men not bald because you're not bald, but balding or receding
Yes.
hair.
Receding is actually better in my opinion, but that's just my take.
But it was never half as bad as tonight. Roger was already nervous about the arrival of a very important guest, one of the vice presidents of his company.
Yeah, that would make me nervous too, to be honest.
Where's the lighter?
Oh, over here.
Honey, it's not supposed to be over there. It's supposed to be over here. How many times do I have to tell you? There's a place for everything and everything in its place. Did you take out the garbage?
Not yet. It's still in the washing machine.
Very cute, very cute. I can't seem to be able to make you realize that if I make a good impression on this man, it could mean a $3,000 a year increase.
Wow.
A lot of money?
Yeah, especially with the 60s.
Chris! Your feet are dirty!
I washed them this morning!
Not there, over there! Now look what you do! Oh, for crying out loud!
But you're becoming paranoid!
Oh, look at this, look at this. A 4-room house and we have a resident psychiatrist and a practicing dum-dum. May I remind you that I've done a lot of nice things for you, Chris, an awful lot. And if you want to stay here, you should do a nice thing for me.
What?
Move out.
Move out. Yeah.
Now you finish cleaning up this mess.
I didn't hear please. Please, I just heard please.
Next time, try to be an only child.
Next time.
Here, let me show you the new hors d'oeuvre tray.
Wow, it's huge.
Isn't
Where are
it?
you going to put it?
Coffee table.
Well, there won't be much room for the drinks or the ashtray.
That's right.
You don't need the ashtray.
Push this over here. Hurry now. Oh, let's see.
Okay, where do you want these?
Put this one here. Oh, and take the ashtray out, honey. It's dirty. Alrighty.
You almost tripped and fell there.
Here we are. Okay, hurry up.
Where'd it go?
I don't know. It probably rolled under the couch. Oh, never mind.
At least no one will actually step in it or anything.
I'm coming. I got it. I got it.
Oh,
What are you doing? I'll break your face.
I'll break your face.
Nice seeing you, sir. May I present my wife?
Oh, Mrs. Bradford, this is indeed a pleasure.
How do you do? Thank you.
Well, sir, won't you come right in?
Thank you.
He tripped on the ice cube, didn't he?
Fallen on my ice cube.
That's where it was.
Why is there ice on the floor?
Well, I thought maybe Sonia Haney might be dropping by. You remember her in all those John Payne movies?
No, I do not. Don't even know who that is.
Drink.
Well, it looks like you're a few up on me already, Bradford.
I like that he's having a sense of humor about this.
What was your pleasure?
Oh, bourbon, please.
Bourbon. Still using these glasses the company gave us for Christmas.
Oh?
Like the company. Strong and lasting.
To the company.
Sorry. This is where my head.
Don't know his own strength.
Gingerly.
Yes, to the company.
To the company. Oh, it's good. Well, I can't tell you, sir, how...
Yes, you did push it back.
What are you doing down there, dear?
This is a lovely home you have here, Bradford.
Thank you very much. Oh, my goodness, I'm sorry. You have a cigarette?
Thank you very much.
It's all Carol's doing, you know. She's a great scene decorator. Very original, you know.
Yes, she certainly is. It isn't every house where they serve the ice cubes off the floor.
Light?
Oh, this is why he said not to remove things where it should be.
Oh, excuse me. Hello?
Don't like to see this
Must be
setup here.
Rose.
Must be Rose.
Would you like...
Dear, you're getting nuts all over your cigarette.
Sorry.
It's my cigarette.
Your cigarette. Would you like to... No, thank you.
No, yeah, tries to serve him to him.
Mr. Wyman, it's for for you. I'll go heat up the Swedish meatballs.
You heat up the Swedish meatballs.
I wish we could have saw her reaction to throwing the pillow.
Something urgent?
Yes,
Mr.
as a
Lyman?
matter of fact, it is. The chairman of the board is leaving for Washington, and I'm afraid I have to leave right away, Bradford. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Matter of fact, it was very interesting.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'll call Carol.
Yes.
Carol! Mr.
Yeah, I think he's up by like 2 or 3 now. But nothing actually happened to him. Usually something happens to the actor or the boss, really. Not this time, though.
I can do my own, thank you. Get away.
Get away.
I got a surprise for you.
A surprise
Yeah.
for me?
Yeah.
I can't see a thing.
Okay, good.
Ow! A diamond engagement ring! It's so small!
Now it's bigger.
You know the Hope Diamond, the one that's supposed to have a curse connected to it?
That's right, I've read about that. It says that anybody who possesses the Hope Diamond always has bad luck.
The last guy who owned it didn't want any more bad luck, so he had the big diamond broken up.
Oh, yes, into 1,000,000 pieces.
The condescension.
Now, you sure you're not
Not a
superstitious?
bit. Sock it to me, Harold.
Okay.
Talk it to me.
How'd you know my ring size?
I just guessed. Boy, that's a little snug, isn't it?
Well, I'll go on a diet.
Uh-oh, little skin off the knuckle there, huh?
Oh, that's all right, dear. I don't think it'll bleed long. The ring being as tight as it is sort of serves as a tourniquet.
Why don't I take it back and get another?
No, I like it the way it is. This tight, it sort of gives me a feeling of permanency.
Yeah, we'll be engaged forever. Well, not forever. I mean, we'd eventually get married. You see, I'm sure that superstition stuff doesn't bother you.
Not in the slightest. I don't believe in those
Well,
things.
some people, you know.
Water went down the wrong way.
How's that gonna help?
Harold, my back.
Back?
I can't straighten up. Be
Yeah,
gentle,
I'll
Harold.
get it.
Just be careful.
There you go.
Thank you.
Having a little fun here.
I bet you are.
I must look a mess.
Yeah, I'll go along with that.
No. Oh. Wow.
The snap on my purse is stuck. I can't
Oh, here,
seem
let
to
me
get
get it. I'll get
no,
it.
Well, no, that's all right, Harold. I
I'll
can
get
get it. Oh,
I'll get it.
Harold. Harold, you're stepping on my fingers.
Oh,
Thank you, Harold.
here's your stuff.
Oh, thank you.
Put it in its purse. Get some. There you go.
And now it's his fingers.
Can you get your hand out?
Oh, gee whiz.
Oh, you skinned your knuckle.
Oh.
It's a set.
Yeah.
Silver lining.
I don't believe in superstition. No, see? Sorry, sir.
Was it salt or pepper?
I sure do love my ring.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I should take it back.
Will
you
you
know, it's
forget it?
Or was it like a...
Isn't it a beautiful ring? I would. Ah!
Get away, get away. Can't you see she's burned?
That's actually, depending on the burn, it wouldn't actually help to do that. It would actually make it worse. Or make it irritate worse, I do imagine.
That ring is jinx. I'm going to take it back.
Don't you dare!
We've had enough trouble. I'll do it.
Harold, I'm perfectly capable of pouring you a cup
If
of coffee.
you don't mind,
Harold, I don't want to.
Of course, that was gonna happen.
Oh, that is pain. That's real pain.
That's real pain. That line made it even funnier. That's real pain.
Couldn't you have ordered iced tea?
Were you in a Long Island iced tea?
Give me
Harold, I don't want it.
Why would you put it on a cutlass?
That there is a Harvey Korman fan club.
A Harvey Korman fan club?
Absolutely. President of your fan club, Miss Jill St. Cyr, is here to present you with an award.
He's like scared.
Would you like to present the award, Miss St. Cyr?
Yes. To Harvey Korman, television's most exciting personality. All our love. The Harvey Korman fan club. A little kiss goes with that.
I was afraid of that. Well, did you enjoy that?
And I thought that Regis Philbin was something.
The host of Who Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Be sure and be with us next week when I hope Harvey will be back. And our guests will be Jack Jones, and back with us again, Tim Conway.
I do actually like that dress, though. Dress is kind of sparkly with the camera.
We've got two marvelous people with us, lovely Miss Barbara McNair and the lovely Mr. Sid Caesar. Are with us.
Sid Caesar. Back again. Her, the person that she went to school with has been on the show before, but I don't doubt it if she has.
Is it true that you and Sophia Loren were Siamese twins?
I've heard of that name before.
Yes. Do I keep the clothes I wear on the show? I can wear them anytime I want to, but they're locked up down here at CBS. This one, I wish you could feel, it weighs, we figured out, must be weigh about 20 pounds right now. Can you feel that, sir? Never mind.
Can you? Yeah. Can you feel that, sir?
Who would I choose as a leading man? Well, I have to be honest. I'm very thrilled with the two fellas I have on our show right now. Harvey Korman is just about the best person I've ever worked opposite, and of course Lyle Waggoner as well, you know. If I had my choice of like a movie star, you mean? Jack Lemmon. And I've never worked with him, and I just admire his talent so much. If not Jack Lemmon, Paul Newman. If not Paul Newman, Cary Grant. If not Cary Grant, Robert Taylor.
I've heard basically the two in the middle there. Heard of their names before.
My wife looks an awful lot like you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we do look alike. Hi. Are they love beads?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Love beads. What is kind of the difference between regular beads and love beads, guys? At least kind of the social significance of it, that, or kind of what the difference is.
Am I going to have my own show next season? Yes, we will be back. We'll be calling it the Elizabeth Taylor Hour.
So they will be back next season, and they already knew that.
They make our clothes. My clothes are designed by, all the clothes on our show are designed by Bob Mackey, a very talented man, and they make them at Berman's. You worked on this dress? Did you? You sung all the beads on it?
Not all the beads, no.
Those glasses are a choice. Tell you that much.
Girl and myself.
Oh, you did? Do I play tennis as well as Harvey Korman? No, Harvey's pretty good, and he just started taking up golf, and he has such wonderful scores. They're real high.
They're real high.
I have two little girls. The oldest is 4 years old, and her name is Carrie. I named her after Cary Grant, hoping something would develop, but nothing ever did. And the baby is 1 year old, and her name is Jody Ann. I named her after my father. His name was Ann.
I wonder which one that is that passed away.
We have a very good schedule here. We now, after tonight, we're going to have our weekends off. We got 2.5 days off a week, and we're home most every night, except for the night that we tape the show, and then we get our summers off. It's really a very sane medium to work in as far as the hours go. Do you have a question?
Will you say hello to my wife? I do 2 shows a week.
I would, Pat, but I don't know which one of the ladies is your wife.
That was good. I like the fact that she is so quick-witted, to be honest.
How many years have I been in show business? Take a guess. How many do you think? 20?
Well, that would be 7 years old.
He's the mayor of your hometown, San Antonio, Texas. I'd like to present the mayor, Walter McAllister.
How do you do, Mayor? Nice to
Nice
meet
to
you.
see you. A free ticket for you.
A Texas-sized
and
ticket,
visit,
right?
Come and visit the Hemisphere,
Well,
which is a
thank
world's
you.
fair.
Everything is bigger in Texas, is the comment saying.
But if you forget it, it's all right.
Thank
I'll get you in.
Oh, you're a doll.
Oh. Oh, man.
First food I remember eating was enchiladas and Carta Blanca beer. My mother was so mad when I ate that enchilada. She didn't mind about the beer. That was okay.
That was okay. VIP, I've been waiting for this to come back.
And welcome to VIP. Tonight we are visiting the home of those famous sweethearts of the silent movies, Maria Pico and Raymond Rivera. Although Miss Pico and Mr. Rivera haven't made a movie since 1926, they are still considered the king and queen of Hollywood.
I've been expecting you.
Yeah, it took you a long time to get here.
May I say that you are as lovely as ever.
Yes. You don't make faces like mine anymore.
Oh, I'll say.
Planning my comeback.
In the movies?
No, television. He's out in the garden.
taking a stroll?
No, waiting for his cue.
Still remember him as the matador in Blood and Sand. I know that you both appeared in silent movies. Now, but did you make any talkies?
I made 5.
Uh-huh. And you, Mr. Rivera? Just one? Well, why is that?
Who knows?
Reminds me of the movie that I did.
You think it was my voice that kept me out of the talkies? Well, I don't think so. I don't know what it was.
Yes. How old are you, Miss Pico?
Oh, well, let's just say I'm over 21.
He's like way the fuck over.
Could express any emotion at all without a word being spoken. Let's start with anger, fear, sadness.
It's about the same.
Happiness. Passion.
He needs a stunt man for that one.
That was a good burn.
Oh, very good. That's hatred, isn't it?
You better believe it.
We have 2 darling children.
A boy 51 and a little girl 48.
Well, we could have been rich, but Raymond blew a fortune in a bad investment.
What was that?
Speech lessons.
Would you recreate a moment of your classic bullfighting scene from Blood and Sand?
Do I need to watch that movie, guys? Blood and Sand?
Ah, Toto! See? See that? Toto!
Yes, that was very graceful, Ray. That's all the time we have. I'm sorry. Well, thank you and good night.
Oh, it's stuck in there.
Has that sound effects man shown up yet?
Have you checked the local saloon?
Yes.
I heard that, Big Mouth.
Drunk again.
Get into the sound effects booth.
How about a little kiss first?
Yeah.
Her first.
And then you second, apparently.
It's absurd. We can't work under these conditions.
You have an entrance, honey.
I know.
I know.
3, 2, 1.
You almost ran into Linda. She just went down to the drugstore.
You haven't told her about us, have you, Norman?
I haven't had a chance.
You mean you haven't had the nerve?
Sylvia!
I am not leaving until you promise to ask her for a divorce.
All right. I promise.
Oh, I don't believe you.
Sound effects actually down like they would actually come. They're just slightly off a little bit.
I haven't seen that case before.
Linda gave it to me for our anniversary. When I open it, it plays our song. We met at a parade.
May I see it?
Of course.
Somehow I doubt that.
Sylvia, what are you doing? Stop it! You might hit somebody on the street. There are people down there walking.
And apparently there's women instead of walking.
It's 2 o'clock. You've got to leave. It's getting late.
Later than you think.
Expecting a telephone call any second now. I wonder why the phone doesn't ring.
Well, aren't you going to answer it?
Yeah, did you? Didn't you pass gas?
What did she want?
She's going to stop by and see her sister before she comes home.
Oh, Norman.
Darling.
Norman, why don't we just run away together?
No, Sylvia, I couldn't bear to leave New York. I'd go out of my mind if I didn't hear the noises of the city. The policeman's whistle. The taxis.
In the farm animals, too.
Cattle.
Oh, yeah, if you wanted to narrow it down.
So, Norman, what are we going to do?
I don't know.
Give him props for that.
It's best if we had everything out in the open. I've fallen in love with my wife.
That's why I came here today.
Sylvia, don't!
If I can't have you, Norman, no one can. Goodbye, Norman.
Sylvia!
Goodbye, Norman. Goodbye, Norman.
Sylvia!
Oh, Norman, goodbye.
Wow.
You missed. Give me that gun, you little fool.
No, Norman, no.
I think that beautifully transitioned into that last skit from the previous skit as well, when they were talking about how many movies that they had made for silent film, or how many talkies that they had made.
I think we made a mistake taking this assignment.
Don't you worry, Scotty. We've always come out all right no matter where we were sent.
But the Deep South. I think they play rough now. Wait till they find out we're spies.
All right, put up your hands. Oh!
Okay, how did you know I was a spy?
Spy? I thought you were here to vote.
Just for this assignment, why don't you pretend you're my maid?
All right.
Can I help you, ladies?
Why, yes. My maid and I would like a room for the night.
You know what I'd like to do tonight is bring out our gang and have you ask them some questions. We'll put them on the spot.
Put them on the spot. That's kind of interesting. Lyle is not one of the ones that usually comes out very often.
You watch yourself on TV?
Who, all of us? I do.
Vic?
I watch Carol.
I watch Carol.
I have to admit I do watch myself. That way I get the illusion that I truly exist.
Yes, ma'am.
Lyle, what are your measurements?
You got me. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't pay attention to it. I don't even know my measurements.
Yes.
How old are you?
40. 41.
Where?
Where?
Me married? Yes, I am.
Vicky, are you going to do a dance today?
No.
You're very good at that show.
I know.
I don't know. I couldn't hear it very well. Maybe you guys can pick it up in the audio, but I can't.
It's a Harvey Korman fan club. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Hide, Harvey, hide.
We got a visit from the kid brother of one of Roger's college chums. Now, he wasn't your ordinary, typical run-of-the-mill kid brother because he also happened to be a very popular recording star who, for the sake of protecting the innocent, we shall call Larry Evans.
So this must be kind of based on a real event that happened.
I hope you're not going to act like one of those silly teenagers when he gets here.
He's just coming over to spend some enjoyable time with Roger.
That ought to kill 3 minutes.
When he gets here, I don't want any screaming, I don't want any dying, I don't want any fainting. Just be yourself, whatever that is.
Bill, have you ever heard him sing?
Oh, once or twice on the car radio. He's got a pleasant enough voice.
Oh, every time he opens his mouth, I get all fluttery and weak in the knees.
Carol, I'm warning you, if she embarrasses me when he gets here...
Honey, leave her alone. Show a little understanding. When I was her age, I had my singing idols, too.
So I'm starting to pick up the hint that Roger works for a big corporation that deals with a bunch of celebrities or something, because everything that he has is basically connected to, when it comes to like famous people coming over or anything like that, does very well. Or basically is connected through his work, I think.
Hi, I'm Larry Evans.
Hi, come on in. I'm Roger Bradford.
Oh, hi, Roger. Gee, it's good to meet you. My brother John has only the nicest things to say about you.
Carol, what are you doing? Does that actually come out to about 10 years?
Oh, some coffee, perhaps.
Coffee'd be fine.
I'll get it.
No, let Carol do it. Carol? Carol! Coffee?
Oh, yes, thank you. Black with sugar. It's in the kitchen. I won't be long. I'm going now. I'm back.
You never left. Knew that was gonna happen though.
How's old John doing, Larry?
Oh, just fine, Raj. He has 3 little ones now, you know. Well, now there's Laura. Laura, she's a face in the misty night.
It was the singing. It just
Oh, I'm
distracted me.
Sorry. Where's the coffee?
Would you, like a cigarette?
Well, yes, thank you.
It holds 5, you know.
It holds. That's funny. I think it's in her. Holds 5 in her mouth. Is what I got from that. That's why I laughed.
Carol. You don't smoke.
I do now. I think a woman should be a little mysterious, don't you, Lair?
Oh, yes, I like that.
I particularly like the last one on the album. How does it go?
Oh.
Strangers in the night exchanging glances.
Hey, that's marvelous, Chris. You have a lovely voice. Strangers in the night, exchanging glances, wandering in the night. What were the chances?
Dooby-dooby-doo. Dooby-dooby.
He's like, can I help you?
Raj, I tell you, you're a lucky man. You've got a charming sister-in-law here with a lovely voice and a funny, funny wife.
Very funny.
You didn't care for my singing.
You don't have to be able to sing when you have eyes as beautiful as yours.
Yeah, the setup was right there.
I'll get a wet cloth.
He's got enough wet cloth. Get him a dry one.
That was a nice burn right there, too.
Cheryl, what's the matter with you? You're acting absolutely...
Nothing is the matter with me. I'm just trying to be a charming hostess.
Shooby-dooby-doo.
Ah. So now, that's a Carol. Roger's up only by 1, I think, now. You know that's actually a, like a death song, or originated from, because people were dying in the Middle Ages a lot, so they would sing "Bring Around the Rosie, Pocket Full of Posy." Ashes,
but will he kiss you again?
Ashes, we all fall down.
In the valley of the Jolly Green Giant. Bet you can't eat just one.
You did like her. I was gonna say ghost.
Washed with latex cloth 50 times, and it still holds its shape.
Reminds me of the ghost that tells ghost stories from iCarly.
It serves her right. I'm getting out of here.
I'm trying to figure out if it's her.
Off. Take it off.
I don't think you want to do that.
I don't know how to tell you this, but you've got bad breath.
What's a mother to do?
Hey, Mulligan Man. Hey, Mulligan Man.
I couldn't tell if it was a ghost or if it was like ghost in the house or if it was like schizophrenia. I'm gonna go with ghost just because of the bra thing.
Starlights are bright, first star I see tonight.
Make a wish.
I did.
Well, I hope it comes true.
We'll find out later. Give me a little push, will you?
Get mine started.
That's interesting that she needed to get it started.
How was dinner?
The hash was a little tough. My teeth ain't what they used to be.
They ain't where they used to be.
There was a snail on the rose bush this morning.
Did you kill it?
I tried to, but it got away. What do you want to do tonight?
Oh, I don't much care.
Well, I think you know what he wants to do now.
That feels even better.
That was a sick burn right there. Well, when these episodes are getting good to where they got good burns in them.
Finale,
Hmm?
why don't we have another kid?
That wasn't scripted, I don't think. He's laughing too much. Yeah, that wasn't scripted.
Kids are too old to have kids.
I've been an ideal husband. I didn't drink. I didn't gamble. I didn't chase after other women.
On the other hand, you were home a lot.
Well,
It says here, Bobby Kennedy is running for president.
Oh, ain't he the one with the 10 kids?
Yep.
Guess he'll do anything to get out of the house.
Here's an item about Richard Nixon.
Oh, I call him Avis,
Why?
'cause he's always number 2.
so this must be like early 60s or 1950s, late 1950s.
I sure like to live to be 130.
Why?
Just to see him win once.
Ain't neither one of you gonna make it. Get me started.
All right, dear. 1, 2,
2.
blast off!
Here we go.
3.
Let's go upstairs and watch the 11 o'clock news.
That's actually impressive that she's actually impressive.
There's a time you put aside for dreaming, and a time for things you have to do. Glad we had this time together, 'cause it makes me feel that I belong.
Feels kind of blues, but also souls as well.
We just get started, and before you know it, guess it's time for me to say so long.
Does she have a baseball bat there? Mop. All right, guys. Well, that was the season finale for the first season of the Cara Barnett Show. Gotta say, it was kind of interesting. There are a few skits that I, really, really liked. Some that I liked, but were okay, but and some were some short skits that I didn't think they would actually do. But for some reason I had like 2 skits in mind. Maybe even a long skit for the final few episodes here, because we did episode 29, 30, and 31. Include the first season of the Cara Barnett Show. And there were some slight differences in this as well. But the more and more I think about this, at least in the editing part of it, I feel like that episode 29 and 30 were filmed in the same day or the next day. Like they weren't filmed apart. I just get that feeling, and I'll explain why that is. Now I have no concrete, evidence of this or even proof of this, but I just feel like perhaps maybe it got edited, or a piece of it got added to, or maybe just another piece got added to an earlier episode or something like that, which we'll get into. There's a reason why I say that. But let's start off with episode 29. I really liked this one for Carol and Sis. Really liked the whole boss interpretation, or the whole boss skit when the boss comes over, and they had some good jokes in there. Uh, some just really good, and we've seen that skit before in other shows and stuff. But I like this one. They did a few cool things. I like the ice cube. I really like the uh a cigarette with the nuts and stuff like that. And but like I believe I said this in the reaction at one point. Um, which is that Roger seems to be well connected to either having famous family members, which we'll get to, um, or we have uh, just really important people that he wants to impress, namely his boss, because a $3,000 raise or bonus back in those days, I would imagine would be a lot in the 60s. So also there was a joke in there um, about sis moving out or wanting um, Roger wanting sis to move out, and that just reminded me of a joke from 2.5 Men about a running gag that they have, which is Charlie and Alan kind of always go off of his whenever know, just that he wants him to move out all the time. So it's just kind of interesting. Yeah. So I thought that was pretty good. I did like the way that they handled it, though. They didn't wait until the very end to see if the boss was happy or anything like that. Usually, the boss is really can't read his face. He's got a poker face, kind of the entire time in most cases. But with this, uh, from the get go, the boss was actually pretty cool with everything that was happening. He let him know right up front that it's okay, and he was able to laugh. At Roger's expense, stuff like that. I could tell he was nervous, but they didn't wait until the end for the boss to say everything's cool. I like the fact that they did that up front. That so everything, you know, and Roger continued to be nervous. I get that. I would still be nervous too if my boss, um, you know, came over and said everything was okay, but I would still be worried in the back of my mind. So I get that. Um, Very cool, very funny. Then we had uh this whole proposal scene in a restaurant uh with I'm gonna probably butcher this Tim Conway. I wanted to say forget his name, the country singer um at the moment, but since I have the name of the original actor in my head for this right now, I'm just gonna stick with but anyway, with him, um they did this whole the ring is cursed. I really liked um the joke that the ring is cursed and stuff. But you know, you've seen this skit before in other stuff, um, and kind of the jokes that they would do, and it all seemed I don't want to say predictable, but it's just because you've seen it in other stuff that you knew kind of what they were going to do with every single joke that came to mind. Um, One joke that I did like that I didn't comment on was when Harold was trying to get stuff out of Carol's purse. Uh, dumped everything out. I kept thinking to myself, of Bill Engvall, which is another comedian. Famously says he doesn't go near a woman's purse anymore because he's seen his wife pull out a bowling ball. And the same rule applies. I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't go digging for something in a woman's purse, even if she asked me to, even if she asked me to, you know, find something in there for her, I would actually just hand her the purse. I'm not gonna go digging in a woman's purse, even if she asked me to go find something, because it's just a foreign object. I just don't want anything to do with it. So that being said, it just reminded me of the joke about Bill Engvall about him handing his wife the purse, and he pulled a bowling ball out of there once. It just reminded me of that joke from that stand up. So that was kind of funny. It was kind of reminiscent of that. The other thing that I noticed, but I didn't include in the scene when it first started, was for some reason they have like uh surf and turf on a cut list, and I don't know why you would put it on usually you see it on a stick, and yet it's on a what I would say is a cut list, but it's probably not a cut list. Uh, but it kind of does look like a cut list or a fencing. I forget what the proper term is for the fencing type of sword that you um. But I don't know why you would put it on that to begin with. Maybe it's a theme of the restaurant, that sort of thing. But yeah, like I said, the jokes were about what I expected, and then there was one scene that I really didn't like, and that was just when she's showing off the ring to other diners and stuff. Um, I just didn't like what I call the over the shoulder. It might have been over the shoulder, it might not have been, but I just don't like. I didn't like the way that was framed. Me personally, that's just a personal opinion. Um, other people might feel differently about it, but I just thought there was a better uh shot that you could have used in that situation to show other customers that Carol was showing off, but that sort of. So that was that episode. Um, I believe also this episode was the dress that I liked. I liked yellow and the yellow shoe, gold shoe, but I did not like the little bow or kind of belt. It was just too dark of a green for my taste. That's just like I know, and I keep commenting this. I know nothing about fashion. I just didn't like it with that. I wish that it would have matched the dress instead of being a dark greenish color. That being said, it was okay. It was an all right episode. But it was my favorite of the two. Carol and Siskets that we're gonna get into. Um, 'Cause I like that one. I like the first one better. The second episode was um VIP, if I remember correctly, which pretty sure that's where we started off at. With VIP, I liked it because it just reminded me of the so silent film era, silent film era, and kind of the transition in between those two. We met up with two famous actors, or supposedly famous. Of course, it's Carol and whoever the guest star is um, at that time. But I can't remember his name right now. But yeah, they were making fun of people that couldn't transfer over from silent films to talkies, basically. I don't know. I go back and forth on whether or not I want to actually do talkies or. I think it'd be so cool in my mind, but I don't know. Um, you guys would enjoy doing that. I do have an idea of at least doing the very first one with jazz singer. I do want to do that at some if I can get if I can find it out there. Just because I think it's cool to actually have that on the chain. So would the great train robbery of 1903. But anyway, I'm getting off subject here. Um, yes, it's actually um just very interesting. Just because I don't know a lot about that period mostly, and I just find it a fascinating time in cinema. Really, anything that anything around that time, especially around um Walt Disney's time, like his early years from like 20s to the 30s. In between that time, I just find kind of fascinating. So it's time that I really need to study and learn a lot more of. But anyway, we're getting off subject here. Um, with that being said, um, I did like the skits of how they, kind of thought of each other and stuff like that. Some funny jokes, especially with him showing the same type of emotion. And I don't know how well that would have translated to silent film because if you can only like do, um, you know, one facial expression for like four different emotions, and then your passion emotion is a completely different one, then you will only have two um go off of. So that was kind of interesting, I gotta say. Uh, then we had after that we had kind of I don't want to say mini skits because I think that's later in episode 31, but I'm going to talk about a few of them here. I know I'm kind of going around this time, but we got kiss you once, will I kiss you again? Kid, and then we had a kind of a silent one where Carol gives, I believe it's Lionel, this kid. She blows him a kiss, and kiss ends up on the wall. That sort of. So that was kind of interesting. Um, and then also after um that, we also had uh basically one of the soap operas, or at least I would call it a soap opera. Um, we get the name of it. It's like Daily Turn or something like that. But basically, what happens is they're filming either like a season finale or the finale of the show, and the sound effect guy gets drunk, essentially. Shows up for work drunk, and it leads to a lot of funny, comedic, um, you know, comedic timing and stuff like that when it's not actually the sound effect that's supposed to be played. And I just find it I found it kind of funny, but editing it back, um, I noticed a lot in this episode when editing stuff back. That's that laughter and that, at least for me, that laughter and that stuff can only be captured once because it's just not as funny as it used when you're, editing it back. And I did watch the episodes even after editing them, and I didn't laugh as much as I did the very first time I saw it. So I'm glad that you guys were able to but what ends up in happening after um they do their skit of the soap opera is they go in and beat the sound effect guy to a bloody pulp. Um, and it cuts off right there because that's the end of this skit. But it was funny, once. But yeah, it's just really interesting. So then I believe also in episode 30 we had uh the very last skit, which is I thought it was gonna be I try tennis because it just has I try and then there's you know a tennis player in the background with a bunch of different colors for the background. But it was um a skit about them being spies and they were there in the deep south and they ran a couple jokes which I'm not gonna uh say here. Um Not that it's correct, but you guys can see what I mean, or you guys already know what I mean when I say that. So, but I do like the fact that once the check-in person out there, um, or the receptionist, or the yeah, I'm gonna say the receptionist. When the receptionist got there, um, he changed her tune. Very very funny. Uh, because they had talked about switching roles. You're my maid, and they were going through. Well, I want Sundays and Thursdays off, and it was just kind of funny that they switched roles based on who was actually at the counter. And again, it goes back to the jokes in um around the time and stuff like that. So, um, with that being said, you guys have already seen it, but I did kind of like that joke because I thought he was very quick. He was very quick to change her tune for the most part, and then at the very end of the show for episode 30, um, RB got an award for basically being part of this fan club that a fan actually presented Harvey with, and you know, and I still can't tell if it was staged or not, but I don't, but I think it was. Now that I think about it, or now that I watch it, basically the president gave her Harvey a kiss. Um, so there was that, and that kind of closed out the show. I really liked the dress at the end of that episode. So then for the beginning of the episode, at least for what I want to talk about, the question part is I believe either it was episode 29 at the beginning or at the beginning of episode 30, but basically she got presented a ticket by the mayor of her hometown, San Antonio, Texas, and basically they invited her over to the World Fair. 19 makes a joke about everything here in Texas, which it is. At least the that's the running joke in. At least the whole world knows that that running joke. So then we got another Carol and Sis skit. I really enjoyed that one too. Um, Not as much as the other one, and it's kind of weird because this one had Roger, little brother coming over, and the little brother is Lionel, and so they just had the regular cast there. So um, found it kind of interesting that that happened. Not because they couldn't get, like a guest star on, better than they probably could. Just kind of weird to see them use, the regular cast versus the, of course, Roger warned this about, fainting, screaming, dying, and stuff like that when it was Carol, um, which was obviously going to be the setup of Sistroy didn't have much of an was all Carol, and we've seen that kind of thing before, where it's the other, actually the older character that has a little bit of a meltdown versus the younger one that play out before in other types of types of shows. Um, but I think I like the boss one a little bit more, say the very least. Um, then we had one that really sticks with me. Probably not the next one that came up, but the next one that came up for me was this weird. I still don't know if it all in her head or if it was actually um type of stuff, but they started singing like um I don't want to say nursery rhymes, but children's songs like um you know this one made me thought of they were saying something about the collar for the clothes that she was wearing or um but I thought of Ring Around the Rosie, Pocket Full of Posies, Ashes, Ashes Down. That actually is a very dark song, but it's sung by children. I don't know where it originates, but for I think I said in the reaction that it originates somewhere in like Black Plague era, but I'm not just something that I know that connected to children and a very grim song to be sung by children. The other one that as the jokes continued, I liked Jolly Green Giant. I've heard that jingle before. I don't know where I've heard it, but I've heard it. But I like it. Um, then there was the whole bra thing. Um, and I like the bra thing because it just reminded me of iCarly, the bra that likes to tell ghost stories on iCarly. So made me think of that. Then things started to get a little bit more weird. They were tossing clothes to a prominent place, and guy comes and kisses her and stuff like that. In the midst of this, then she runs out and then runs back in with a um lance, stabs herself with it. But here's the thing: she's done that before with another, actually killing herself with it. So that's kind of kind of par for the course. Um, there, like in the very first few episodes watched here together on the um. So, but also going back to but yeah, that was kind of interesting as well. And then we have probably I would say me most memorable skit, which is the old folks. Um, a lot of funny jokes in there, and mainly it was about um, them wishing upon a star, and guy wishes for something. We don't ever find out what Carol wants to wish for, but um, the grandpa really wants to, make some love. So, and they have some jokes in there before that, but that's kind of what it's memorable for. To me is the, grandpa wants to make love, and the wife doesn't want to, that sort of thing. Um, and it was just funny with the visual comedy and stuff, and what he says afterwards after he removes her knee, kind of funny. Um, so that actually got a big laugh out of me. Even her broke character not only once but twice. And the other joke I didn't keep in because I don't I didn't understand it. To be honest, you're gonna have to watch the original episode. But the part that I did leave in was about Nixon, just because, and then also Bobby Kennedy. And the reason why I left it in because I know something about, I know Nixon from history, but I did not realize that I actually did some background research on this right before I reported this now, which is that Nixon actually started to rise to prominence. It started in politics in 1950 when he started becoming known on the national, and he was a running mate to Dwight D. Eisenhower. But then after Dwight D. Eisenhower's term, he lost um, presidency, bid for the president. Not really sure. I'd have to take a look, but was our president maybe 72, or maybe that was his second term. I'm not sure. I just know that the Watergate scandal happened in the early 70s. So I think in 72, I think that's when either Carter took over or somebody else did before Carter took. Again, I'm not a history. When it comes, not really. I am interested in history, but I'm not. I don't know enough to comment on one way or the other. So take with what I say as a grain of salt. But it is true that the joke that they put in there is that he always came in second. So that's what made me think it was, um, you know, uh, after Eisenhower's term, because he did go, I think, ran for either Senate or governor when he lost initially back in the, the late 60s, early 70s. Um, but and that's what I know. There was another joke in there too, right after that one. Didn't understand it at all there. So just because of I wasn't around at the time. To be quite honest with you. So that's kind of what all these three had. I will say that I liked last um last song that they had on there that they usually have for every single episode. I wanted that she always does as far as closing song. This one had a little bit of a this one has a little bit of a jazz vibe to it. Liked it. I really liked the way that she did this one. And I'm bet, did it as she normally would to the closing with the audience still there. And then they decided to use one where she sang it again but to an empty stage almost, except for one guy who was apparently sleeping in. And for some reason, I really liked the whole silence of it. While she's walking up the stage and up the sidewalk, or I don't know what you call it, but basically the pathway up to the stage right before you enter to take your. For some reason, I really like scenes like that. Just nothing but you know the sound of somebody walking kind of makes you feel kind of lonesome, hopeful because they are coming back for a second season back then. Now, so that was all the episodes combined. Um, I think I've gone through every single. Probably missed one. Maybe you guys can let me know down in the. I actually did miss. Um, but the reason why I said that I think um at the beginning where I think they were filmed within a couple of days of each other, at least two of them were, is because they showed in one of them they showed Harvey fan, the Harvey, the Harvey Korman fan club, in the audience, and the audience, the president is wearing the same dress as when she gives him the award, and if that person is a regular person, they're not gonna change their clothes because she was wearing the same outfit as she was in the audience when she got up to the stage. Present the award, she was also wearing the same clothes. Here's the thing: it was in different episodes. Uh, just something I noticed. I don't know if that is, you know, um, they're, they taped it within a couple of days of each other, but they taped it like, 2-3 weeks. But I just thought it was kind of odd that seemed like the president in the audience, when she was out in the audience, was wearing the same dress as when she presented it, which is two different episodes. Because in episode either, I want to say 29, I think it is, wearing wearing the dress, and then in episode 30 we hear it in the audience. So that's kind of where I get that idea. But you guys can let me know down in the. One other thing I'll say about this: the silent talking about the silent films and stuff just reminded me of Singing in the Rain. You guys can go and watch my reaction to that because they're very similar topics. If you guys are interested or so inclined, I do have that Singing in the Rain reaction for you guys up on the channel already. So go ahead and check that out if you're so inclined. But with that being said, guys, I think that's everything that I wanted to cover in this episode for the final episode of the Care Barnett Show for this season. Um, Again, it was a really good first season. Let me know if you guys want me to do a season 2. I'm gonna have to switch streaming platform because where I was watching the first season was Amazon. But Amazon wants me to pay for it, or wants me to pay for the second season, and I think I can find another streaming doesn't want me to pay for. But with that being said, if it comes down to it, I will go ahead and pay for you guys do one. But I do believe I saw another 4 seasons. So it just depends on what you guys want to see. You guys want to let me know down, and I'd be more than happy to jump on that right away and start it for you. But yeah, really like the series. Uh, we'll continue it. Uh, it just depends on. I don't know how fast. So depends on whether or not you guys want me to start on it right away, or if you want to switch to a different show or do movies again for a while, because I'm starting to think about doing you know uh, movies again for a little bit, just to kind of something new. Thought about maybe doing more James Bond, where now a new character is gonna play James for for the movie that I'm gonna is gonna be. But anyway, guys, those are my thoughts on the Carol Burnett show. Um, for episodes 29, 30, and 31, and the season finale of the Carol Burnett show. So, like I said, just let me know if you guys want to see. With that, with all that being said, guys, um, do consider commenting, and subscribing, and I will see you guys next. Thank you, guys.